Hi students, this is K. Prasad, Department of CSE, DBSIT, KAVALI. Now today we are discussing database management system. We are in the unit 3, that is lesson 2. Now this is entity relationship model. Now this is about the lecture 2 in that unit 3. In this one, the main concept here is the keys. Already just we discussed about briefly in earlier chapters, but here we are discussing elaborately. Here comes to the first one, a super key. A super key of an entity set is a set of one or more attributes whose values uniquely determine each entity. Now, here we can take one or more attributes which can easily or determine the record or tuple. That is super key. Now coming to the candidate key. A candidate key of an entity set is a minimal super key. Minimum. From that we are taking a minimal super key is called as a candidate key. Coming to the customer is a candidate. Now coming to the account number is account. Candidate key of account. And then comes to the next one. ER diagrams. Now this is very important concept. By using the ER diagrams, we are designing the database. Now here comes to the some set of symbols we are using here. In those symbols, rectangles represent the entity sets. Here two rectangles we are using. One is customer and then loan. Customer is the entity set and also loan is the entity set. Now for that customer, different types of attributes are there, and then for the loan also different types of attributes are there. Now we are also specifying one borrower, that is a relationship set or relationship. Now coming to the diamonds represent relationship sets. Coming to the lines link attributes to entity sets and entity sets to relationship sets. Now here we are linking the entities or attribute sets to the this one by using this type of concept. Now here comes to the next one. Comes to the next slide. Ellipses represent the attributes. Here, double ellipses represent multi-valued attributes. Dashed ellipses represent or denotes derived attributes. Now, underline indicates primary key attributes. Now, if the underline is there, it indicates the primary key attributes. Here we are using some set of symbols. Now for the purpose of ER notation, entity set is a rectangle and then one ellipse is there, that is for the attribute, and a weak entity set is a symbol for the weak entity set and multi-valued attributes, and then relationship diamond symbol is there, and these are the symbols which are especially used for the purpose of entity relationship notations. Now this is about the one type of representation ER diagram that can represent the customer and account. Now coming to the roles, entity sets of a relation need not be distinct. These are the need not be distinct. The labels manager and worker are called roles. They specify how employee entities interact via the works for relationship set. Now here some roles we are specifying for every entity set. Here just like manager, worker or etc. Roles are indicated in ER diagrams by labeling the lines that connect diamonds to rectangles. Roles labels are optional and are used to clarify semantics of the relation. These are optional. You can also specify or not specify. Now coming to the roles here, employee. Some employee works as a manager and some employee works as a worker. Now coming to the cardinality constraints. Now how we are providing the relationship, what type of symbols we are using for the relationship. We express cardinality constraints by drawing either a directed line signifying one or any undirected line, it signifies the many between the relationship set and entity set. Here some set of already we discussed the 4 different types of cardinality constraints are there. That in that one, the first one is one-to-one relationship. A customer is associated with at most one loan via the relationship borrower. A loan is associated with at most one customer via the borrower. Here this is about the one-to-many relationship. In one-to-many relationship, a loan is associated with at most one customer via borrower. A customer is associated with several, including 0, loans via the borrower. Now this is about the one-to-many here. Here the one arrow mark is providing directly to the customer. That is one side, and further to loan side only just not providing any arrow mark. Now this is about the one-to-many relationship. Now coming to the many-to-one relationship. Now it is quite reverse of the previous one. In many-to-one relationship, a loan is associated with several customers via borrower. A customer is associated with at most one loan via the borrower. Now this is about the thing. Here the arrow mark is provided to the loan side. Now coming to the many-to-many relationship. Here in this many-to-many relationship, arrow mark is not provided. In the one-to-many relationship, a loan is associated with several customers via borrower. A customer is associated with several loans via the borrower. Here it is not one-to-one. It is somewhat mistake. It is a many-to-many relationship. In that many-to-many relationship, just we are making things like this. Now here one customer is having many number of loans. One loan is shared by the many number of customers. Now this is about the many-to-many relationship. Now coming to the participation of an entity set in a relationship set. Coming to the relationship set, it is also having some set of attributes. Based on those attributes, we are preparing a table based on the relationship set. Total participation indicated by double line. Every entity in the entity set participates in at least one relationship in the relationship set. Now here comes to the example, participation of a loan in borrower is total. Every loan must have a customer associated to it via borrower. Every loan is having some customer. Every customer is having some loan. Now this is about the participation of entity set in a relationship set. Now here partial participation. The previous one is total participation. Now comes to the second one is partial participation. Some entities may not participate in any relationship in the relationship set. Example, participation of customer in borrower is partial. For some customers are there, customers are there, those are not participated in that borrower. Now that is called as the partial participation. Now coming to this one, participation of an entity set in a relationship. Now here comes to the customer is related with the borrower and then loan. Some customers are having the loan and some customers are not having the loan. Here, normally some customers are having deposit but not loan. Now for that purpose, somewhat partial participation and then somewhat total participation. Here we are specifying all the things by using this one. Now here we are loan number is underlined with it is a primary key. Here customer ID is underlined, it is a primary key, and some ellipses are there. Those can represent the entities. Next one, ER diagram with a ternary relationship. Already we discussed about the binary relationship as well as ternary relationship. Ternary relationship contain more than two, that is 3 different types of entity sets are associated in a ternary relationship. Now here comes to it is a ternary relationship. It is an example for the ternary relationship here. Works on is the relationship set. It is ternary. Here comes to the customer is there and then branch is there. For that purpose and job is there. Employee, job and branch. Employee, job and branch. Some employee doing some job in a particular branch. Now this is related with it is called as ternary relationship. This relationship is mentioned as or called as the ternary relationship. Now coming to some design issues in this one. Here some set of issues are there in designing the databases. Those are resolved by using some set of things or some set of normalization techniques or some set of things by using this one. Here comes to the first one is use of entity sets versus attributes. What type of entity sets we are using and what are how many number of attributes are there. These are suitable for the particular entity set or not. Now these are it is also first issue or this one. Here choice mainly depends on the structure of the enterprise being modeled. What type of enterprise we are modeling and the semantics associated with the attribute in question. Now what type of semantics are there? What is the definition for the particular attribute? It is mainly depends on that one. Now coming to the second one, second issue here is use of entity sets versus relationship sets. The previous one is attributes, but comes to the here relationship set. How the entity sets are related with the another entity sets by using the relationship sets. Possible guideline is to designate a relationship set to describe an action that occurs between entities. Now, what type of or what is designated between this one? How we are creating the relationship between these two? Now, coming to the binary versus n-ary relationship sets. Now, binary is the common relationship set you are using, but n-ary also sometimes we are using. Although it is possible to replace any non-binary or it is n greater than 2 relationships by a number of distinct binary relationship sets. An n-ary relationship set shows more clearly that several entities participate in a single relationship. Now, if you are having ternary relationship, now that is divided into 2 binary relationships or more than 2 binary relationships. Now this is about the very important design issue. By using some set of things we are minimizing what the n-ary relationships. Now coming to the placement of relationship attributes. How we are placing, how they are placing, here also we discuss it. Here comes to the binary versus non-binary relationships. Some relationships that appear to be non-binary may be better represented using binary relationships. Now, normally binary relationships are handled properly. If you are having not binary relationships, those are converted into the non-binary relationships are converted into the binary relationships for the purpose of maintenance. Now here comes to the a ternary relationship. Parents relating a child to his her father or mother or something is best replaced by two binary relationships, father and mother. Now we are taking one ternary relationship. Now that is modified or modeled by based on the two. Now coming to the using two binary relationships allows partial information. If you are using two binary relations, here also some issue is there. It allows the partial information of things. Now coming to the converting non-binary relationships to binary form. How we are converting non-binary relationships into the binary form. In general, any non-binary relationship can be represented using binary relationships by using an artificial entity set. We are creating one artificial entity set in between the two relationship sets. By creating artificial entity set, we can convert a non-binary relationship into the binary form. Entity set E is placed between R and the entity set A, comma, B and C. Then three relationship sets like this. Now here comes to the RA relating E and A. And then comes to the RB relating E and B. Now comes to the 3 RC relating E and C. Now this is about the thing we are inserting three additional relations RA, RB and RC by using these types of relationships. Now create a special identifying attribute E and then add any attributes of R to E. Now converting norm, same continuation we are taking here. Now this is about the example for this one. Here comes this one. This is A, B, C. A, B, C are there and R is the ternary relation or ternary relationship. This is converted into the binary relationship for our binary form. Here we are inserting three different types of additional relationships. One is RA, RB and RC. Now RA is inserted in between A and E. A and E. RA is inserted in between A and E. And here one additional entity set is taken, that is E. Now it is inserted, additional entity set is inserted and then three different types of relationship sets. Now comes to the RA. RA is in between A and E and then RB is between B and E. RC is between E and C. Now by using all the things or these types of relationships, we can convert it into the binary form. What is the purpose of binary form here? We can easily maintain or we can easily create the relationships or perform any types of operations by using these types of things. Now this is about the converting non-binary relationships into the binary form. Here ER diagrams are designed by using different types of things. From that things, here we discussed about the entity sets, relationship sets and all the things based on this one. Now with that we are concluding this is the lesson 2 of the unit 3. This is also database design concept.